Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm just busy doing a little bit of a little cardigan. I'm going to show you a little bit of this in a separate little video in a minute, what I've been doing. But I'm up in my workroom and I am not doing a what's in my stash video today. It'll be another day. I only have 3 boxes left. That's underneath the shelving that I have. But I do have a lot of packs of that are not up here, they're downstairs, patterns that I would probably need to show you as well, because they are in my stash. I've got hundreds of patterns. But I've been pulling all the boxes and the bags out from underneath the shelves, and they're just scattered all around this room, because I'm waiting until I've finished the last 3 boxes, and then I'm going to start putting them all back again, a bit tidier underneath. So I will probably do, maybe tomorrow, do another what's in my stash to show you the rest of the boxes, and then after that it'll be what's on the shelves, all the wool and that, telling you what I have there. But this is just a little bit, just more or less to tell you what I've been doing the last few days, you know, when I haven't been doing those, what's in my stash and all that, because it does take a long time to sort all that out, you know. But I have been doing a little bit like this cardigan and another one. So I'm going to stop this video and show you the little video that I've done, showing you what I have been doing. So I will stop it now and I'll come back afterwards. So this is just to let everyone know what I've been doing over the last few days, because I haven't shown you much of what I've been knitting. And this is a little cardigan I've done for Maria, the girl in our bingo. We go to our bingo. So I've done this little cardigan. And there's a little hat. A little pair of mittens. And a little pair of booties. These are the type they seem to do these days. They don't have like the little ones we used to have with the little holes around here, and you put a little cord in to fasten them. They all seem to be like this now. So that's what I thought I'd better do that for Maria, because she's a modern young girl like. Now that one will be a pattern. I have done an 18, the 16 and an 18-inch. But because it's got mittens and booties, it's only for a baby. So that pattern, I'll just have to write out the PDF for it, actually. So that's what I'm giving to Maria tonight. And then I'm also giving her this one. I don't think I put this up on any shop anywhere. I think I kept it when I first knit it. I think I'll keep that one for Maria when she first told us she was pregnant. That one. And then I'm also giving her this one, as it has been up on eBay, but nobody seemed interested in it. I don't know why, like, but that's what happened anyway. And then I'm going to give her these 3 that Molly did. Molly seemed to want me to give them to Maria. I think it was because I gave Molly the wool for to knit these. She seems to think I have to give them to, but I'm going to tell Maria that that's Molly that's knitted them. I mean, so that was the, she used all my patterns too. That was the open lace, the open mod stitch one. And then that one, that was the border lace one. And that was the little rosebud one. So those 3, they're off Molly that I'm giving to Maria, and the other 2 off me. And then this little set of me. So for everybody that might have been wanting to wondering what had happened to whatever I was knitting, that's it. So that's what I'll be giving to and I also done a little bag. That's a little bag with the the motif on, like a flower motif. I put leaf things on. I think I crocheted, yes, I crocheted onto it, that part, but I just stitched those parts on, and that was just a small coaster I done with the flower on. I have to put the lining inside it, and the bag, the bar handle for the bag, it'll be like over the shoulder. And a lady header has asked me about these. She asked me about these as well. This is a 22-inch. I have another part to it somewhere. A 22-inch V-neck rosebud lace. So that's what I'm doing with that one. So I just have to work that one out, but that'll be worked out from the back, and the sleeves are from this pattern here. I only have to work out the front and then the bands for that one. This is one of my patterns. This pattern, well, you can see by the price on it. It was 9p in old money and 4p. I think I bought this in probably when the money first changed, because I made it for all my 3 children, 3 boys, this little romper suit. It's a knitted one with long sleeves, and it was perfect in the winter. You know, you didn't need to have like little suits with cardigans and things. You have a long sleeved on. But it is in 4-ply, but I may try to work it out in double knitting. I think I have a little bit cream 4-ply, which I may try to sort it out first. But I may even I did these little dresses as well I used to have 1 or 2 friends in the street there I lived at the time. Had all little girls, and I used to crochet these little dresses for them as well. So it's not my own pattern, but I may be doing 1 or 2 of these little things as well for a change, instead of my own pattern, using the pattern. So this pattern is probably going by the money change on it. I would have bought it when mine were babies, so would have been from about 1976, 1969, very late 1969. My oldest boy was born, and I know I knit it for him. I had the little romper in a red suit. I wish I'd had the means to take photographs in those days, because I could have showed you a lot of things I knit now that I used to knit for them when they were little. And I know I knit one each for all of my 3 children. My oldest one, I think I did it in red. I think I did it in lemon for the second one. And I think it was in blue for the third one. But it'll make a change to trying to work out my own patterns for a change. I may do one of those just to sell. So that's enough of that anyway. So I hope you like that little video. And I am busy just knitting a little bit of my own, which I haven't done for a while. I've been neglecting this. And while I was sitting here, I was looking in the back to see what else I had. Oh, I forgot about that. So I'll have to get a little bit of this done. And also, I'll put that stitched down, and I'll put this down. And this one, I have the back one front finished. That's the second front. So I need to do a bit more of that to get that one finished, because that will be for a pattern when I'll have another size to do after that one, which is a 36. And it is my bingo night tonight, which is when I'll be taking those things for Maria. And I was at my quiz night Tuesday, and there was only me and my friend. Her son Michael didn't turn up. So we were last again. But I don't think we would have been last, because My friend was writing the answers down and she forgets to write some of them when, when we have a question. And we do get, after we get like 20 questions, then we'll have a break and do some other sort of thing, which like, it's not a quiz thing, it's just a thing Paul asks that we can, somebody can earn a little bit money, or whoever has the right answer to it has a play your cards right. He does just that one game of the play your cards right. But we never get anywhere near it. It always asks a percentage of how many people did such and such and such and such a date. It's something like that. So we have a break, probably for about 15 minutes, and we look through those 20 questions that we've had, because I write the whole question down. If we know the answer straight away, we'll put the answer down on the paper straight away, but just I have it all written down, and then it gives us time to sort out any that we weren't sure of that we can write down, and then we get another 20 questions after that 15-minute break, and then we have a little bit time again after that to write all those answers down. Well, one of the questions, this is my friend, I could hit her at times. One of the questions was, of the 7 continents in the world, we had to name 5 that had the most population. Of course, my friend Anne, at first she said Asia and I said Asia. We both said that straight away, so she wrote that down on the paper. And then I'm saying to her, well, is Europe, that's a continent? Australia? And I forget, there was another one we did say, Africa. So I said, write them down. I says, I think Antarctica's a continent. No, I'm not absolutely certain, but put those down. I couldn't think of what the other 2 were, but I says, put those 2. She never put them down, and they were right. We lost 4 points. We wouldn't have been last if she'd wrote them down. I think if we're ever by herself again, I'm going to write the answers to the questions down, because she's not the first time she's done that. She misses some of the questions. She goes on to look for something else, some other question that she might write down, and then she forgets to put the answers down to the other ones. But I have a book, and like Anne just has a sheet of paper, and she just sort of jots, bits of the question down, but I write the whole thing down in my book. So I know exactly what the questions are when we'll have to sort them out to put on the paper. And we weren't very good with we got a paper at the start with, there are 12 things, and there were 12 things were 12 athletes, or, something to do with sport thing. Well, I hadn't a clue. Only knew 2 of them was Amir Khan and Jackie Stewart. They were the only 2. The other 4 I hadn't a clue. But we did work out one was a tennis. I forget who it was. Virginia Wade. I think we got another one. So there was 3 of those we didn't get, and then there was 6 other questions. I forget what the other questions were about. Oh, there were landmarks. We got, out of 6, we got 5 right. So I worked out what 5 of the landmarks were, and what me and Anne did between us. But if she'd put all those answers down in the other form, we wouldn't have been last. Like I'm telling her, I says, you're hopeless, you. I says, I'm going to write the answers down next time. Because that's what happened. We both said Asia, and she wrote Asia down and then went on looking on for some other things on the rest of the form. And I was telling her Africa and Europe and all the other things, and she never wrote them down. Because we get 1 point for each one. Because I think we might have been about 3rd bottom if she had wrote that down, because there was only about 1 or 2 points between us and whoever was higher up. But that's the way things go sometimes. Anyway, I'm moaning again. So that's just a little bit. We'll be going for a meal tonight. And I've done a wrong stitch here somewhere because I'm 2, 1 there. I've only purled 1 instead of purling 2. It's a good job it's only half a dozen stitches back. That's what I do when I'm talking, you see. We're going for a meal. At first, when we first start going for a meal, this is my friend. We first started going for a meal. She said, we'll go the first Thursday of every month, which I thought was great. That's easy to remember. But now she's going every 4th week. So we've got to work out the date where in the month is that. It's not the first Thursday in the month every week. I'm going to tell her to go back to, and I've worked it out, it's tonight from the last time we went. You know, she annoys me sometimes. But anyway, I'm just going to do what knitting I can, and I'll be taking this one to the bingo with me tonight, so I'll get a little bit of that in. So I'll do a little bit of this afternoon instead of that. Because it is now 3:15, and I will be going out about 5:30 to pick my friend up go for the meal. I have usually asked Molly if she wants to go, but Molly thinks it's a bit, probably because of her age and that, she thinks it's a bit much for, you know, the meal and that, and then going to the bingo and that. And so I'll be picking Molly up after we've had our meal. And I always message Molly and tell her what time, because I usually pick Molly up it's usually about 7:15, and then we get to the bingo and settle down for about 7:30, because Molly only lives just a few streets away. But when we go for a meal, I have to message Molly to tell her what time I'm leaving the pub where we're having the meal, because it could be earlier or it could be later. It depends on the service and the place we go. We go to the same place as we go for the quiz. It's called the Percy. So that's my video for today. So thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.